Okay, thank you.
The matter at hand in relations politics has to do with the level of opposition to the ruling party. A few hours ago, some national legislators defected from their parties to the ruling party. What do you think this portends for the nation's democracy?
Well, the naked dance of the overfed elite is of little concern to the hungry masses. So if you move from one party to another, they've always been on that one side. It is to take care of people, to do with politics that understands that Nigerian people, it's not about political party, it's not about religion, it's not about ethnicity. It's about getting justice. And the instrument of justice is truth. I have to tell them the truth about the state of the economy. Why is it that despite all the noise regarding the economy, political classes are flourishing? The president has brand new jets. Every governor you see is cruising around in longer and longer convoys. And the political classes have all the means in the world to do extravagant wedding, moving the wedding location from Kano to Abuja, doing all about all this. So this movement inside the National Assembly is not of concern to the people. What people want is to change the movement in their stomach, hunger. So what we are going around now is to let Nigerians know that the weird things we see in politics is a product of how we voted last time. And that since majority have control over who becomes the government, any complaint about government must be traced back to how did they get there. And that's why we are going back to the people. Sovereignty under the Constitution lies with the people. So any argument as to use of power, misuse of power, must go back to how did the power get to the hand of these people who are the worst custodians of it. And that's why we are all going around and engaging. Parties will change hands and movements will be built, but the people must not be left behind.
Sir, what is your view about the ongoing issue of the tax reforms?
It's a debate about those who want to take custody of people's money. It's not a debate about the people who want the money. The people who want the money are asking the question, before you pass the bill tax again, account for the tax you collected before. Account for the petroleum money you collected before. Account for the minerals money you collected before, solid minerals. Account for the overflight fees you collect before, and all the licenses, before you collect more. But they are fighting as to whether Tinubu should hold the money in Abuja, or whether governor of Lagos should hold more than governor of Kano and all of that. That argument is a political class argument. The argument people are asking is, the money you have been collecting, account for that money. Why are we hungry and you are overfed? Why will you increase VAT over essential commodities that people need to survive? The money you save from removing subsidy, where has that money disappeared? Now that we have devalued our currency, all the money we were saving from arbitrage to fund it, where has that money gone? But this debate is the debate of Christmas Day between chicken eaters, whether the chicken should be fried or should be barbecued. Doesn't favor the chicken. So the question we are asking them is, why is it that every day collect money? As we speak now, Nigerian government has collected more money today alone, than most countries in West Africa have collected this year. So that is the question we need to ask.
Sir, what difference do you think your party will have made if voted to power?
The difference we will have made is to govern according to the Constitution. There is a chapter of the Constitution Nigerians should read. It's called Chapter 4, Fundamental Objectives and Directive Principles of State Policy. That chapter is put there because in 1977 at the Constitutional Assembly, it was discovered that when you elect somebody a governor, he doesn't know what to do. When you elect somebody as a senator, doesn't know what to do. President doesn't know what to do. That the Constitution must tell you what to do. If you call your son or wife, member of family, and say, take 10 million naira, go and spend as you like. It's different from when you give the person a shopping list. Pay the children's school fees, pay the medical bills, maintain the house, buy sufficient food. That is what Chapter 4 of the Constitution does to the government. It does not only give them power and resources, it gives them how to use it. And that is what we want to follow. That's what we will have followed. And you can see transparently that the school fees money is being used to buy trinkets. The hospital bill money is being used to buy jewelry. And that this money that is meant to maintain the house is being used to buy beer. You can immediately hold them to account. But to give them blanket power, and they come up with all these fanciful things that are meant to deceive. That is why they can launch in broad daylight brand new aircraft that does not exist. And nobody is asking the question. That is why a banker who is the governor of Central Bank, they can seize 1% of his wealth. And that 1% of his wealth is shocking the nation. And it's not everything they seize that they are announcing. Some they seize and share among themselves. So what I'm letting you know is that is what is wrong. Any political party, whether mine or yours or any, that follows the Constitution will govern well. It's not about the name of the party. It is the principle that God created Nigerians here. Before God created Nigerians, He created Nigeria. Garden of Eden, milk and honey, water, everything flowing. Now brought us here and gave us autonomy to choose our own leadership. And we chose snake and fibers. So that is the problem. And every year, we don't regret choosing them because we repeat their mandate for them.
Under an alliance plot, will you want to be a party?
Would you be worried if your gate man forming an alliance with armed robbers? Are you safe? So, if you talk of alliance, you must first break down who are the members of the alliance. Yes. An alliance between police, civil defense, army, DSS is good. But alliance between police, DSS, and Boko Haram is not good. So you want to make sure that the alliance is among those who are disaggregated but on the side of the people. If they form alliance together, it's good for the people. But alliance of people like us with APC or PDP is bad signal for the people.
Well, are you suggesting the review of the Constitution before things will come to law?
I believe that the review of the Constitution is very important because it's a document written in foreign language called English, written by people we don't know, announced in the evening by Salami and Baka. So you can do something about it. The review of the character of our people is more important. Because if you go to use the law of Moses, which was given by God, Nigeria don't obey it. Do not steal. That one is God gave that law directly. Do not steal. Do not lie. Don't be greedy. Don't covet your neighbor's property. That word is given by God has not been obeyed. So why do you think the one done by human being will be obeyed? So what we need to understand is that the character of the people we find leadership and the character of people ordinarily you will not use as storekeepers in a functioning factory. Do you imagine these people as storekeepers? Look at the entirety of the Nigerian government, from President Tinubu to VP Shetima to Secretary of Government Akume to Speaker to the Akpabio, Senate President. If you borrow money from the bank and you set up a factory selling your goods and you don't want to be at a loss, will you put them in charge? Why are we put them in charge of the business?
Sorry, sir. Still on tax reform bill. Are you not calling for the jettison of the bills?
No. That bill is not people's bill. That's why people don't know what is inside it. Even the journalists who are holding microphone don't know what is inside it. And that bill is not just one bill, it's a series of bills put together. So whether you pass the bill or not, it's not relevant to the people. What people need now is food. They need you to reduce school fees so that their children can stay in school. They need you to increase the salary of teachers and pay them on time so that they can teach what they're supposed to teach. People don't want to die in hospitals because they are waiting for basic analgesic. People don't want to somersault on the highway because somebody did not fill up the pothole. Whether you pass the bill or don't pass the bill, what we want to know is whose money are you spending, people's money, and why are you finding it difficult to account for that money. So if you do that, does it matter to the people? If a governor stole my money or president stole it, or local government chairman stole it, that's a fight. They're fighting intergovernmental fight as to whether maybe state should collect more money, maybe the VAT should be from the state where you collected it, or should be spread across the country. But what people want to care about is that a man from Lagos wants good government in Kano. Because one day he will go to Kano to do NYSC for his children. One day he will go to Kano to attend a wedding. So you don't know where your heart will fail. So bad governance in Kwara affects me, even though I'm not from Kwara, because I'm here now. Because I'm talking to you now, I drop here. It is the Kwara hospital that will take care of me, not hospital in Abuja. So good governance everywhere in the country is important. And what Nigerians want is a highly accountable government, not about government fighting about which one will hold the money or which one will not hold it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. How are you doing?
So my intention is to draw so many people to join politics, even as Christians. And it is not a book that maybe it's not a book that talks about, compare Christianity with Islam, no, or any other religion. You can even put Islam into this book and you get the same result. It only means that when you obey the values of your religion, you will be a better politician, or you will be a great politician. Well, to me, that is left for many people to determine in an election. Yes, they are facing a lot of challenges now. Hunger in the land, as a result of some decisions of government on removal of subsidy on petroleum, floating of the naira, and all those things. If you have to look at the environment, people are justified to say that the government has not performed up to expectations. But since the government still has some time, because they always appeal that we are going to laugh at the end of the day, the government has not spent 50% of its time. They still have more than 2 years to spend. Maybe something will change and make people to change their opinion about the current situation.
Thank you very much. We are not there. There was no corresponding change as to time. That is why we are having 12.
Our state, our nation will be governed and everybody will participate. Thank you for your presence, Father.